what it do, chat. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it, yo. What's up, chat? What's up? Here we are, episode motherfucking 3. Let's get it. Let's go. What's up, y'all? Here we are for another one. Like DJ Khaled, y'all. What's good, y'all? How's everybody doing? What up, chat? Yeah, no. Here we are again, y'all. On the third installment. Episode 3 of the ZaZa Podcast. Let's go. Yeah, I'm excited, y'all. We got to pick right up where we left off on the last episode. Man, first off, it's been some shit trying to get these episodes up. I accidentally put music on. Y'all don't even know. I'm trying to put them on YouTube. I'm trying to put them on Apple Podcast. I'm trying to put them on Spotify. Some people are like, ZaZa, but we don't have Spotify. So then I'm like, fuck. Let me try to put it, on YouTube and on Apple Music. So then I'm scrambling, bro. I start, reading up. How do I do the quickest way to upload all these videos to all the different wherever wherever you can play them. There is this app. I don't want, because I'm thinking about there is this app where you upload it and then I'll share it to everywhere, y'all. Wherever you find a podcast, basically. That's what I was thinking. But since I first started with Spotify, there's this thing called an RSS feed. I'm getting very technical here. Again, I've been learning everything on the fly, y'all. Self-taught. DIY, do it yourself, a one-man band here. One-man show as well, y'all. So with that RSS feed, as soon as I upload this on Spotify, it goes straight to Apple Music and straight to YouTube, all right? So I have 3 of the major places where you can play the podcast. The thing is, here, let me get the... Yeah, I got copyrighted. Boy, so much for that. I was trying to be cool, play some damn dope-ass Juice WRLD music and this, that, or the other. Hell nah. They took them down. So whoever got to hear the last episode, the second one, you're pretty much lucky, because they even took it down on Spotify. YouTube, I think the only one that survived was Apple Music. So now I'm scrambling, trying to re-edit all the ones I already uploaded. It's been I've been working my ass off just to get all these out, yo. But I'm going to get it right. Here we are. 3rd episode, no music, and I will not get copyrighted. By the way, I'm redoing this 3rd episode. I didn't even upload the last one I did, y'all. It just didn't sound right. So here we are. I'm running it back. You guys don't know that anyways. So for all you know, this is the 3rd episode. I never recorded anything. Whatever. But so, where we left off last time, and I guess you could just hear, all 3 in the row, and you'll pick up, and it'll be a nice sequence. I'm going to re-upload everything, so I don't even know. Only 60 people listen to the first one, which ain't bad, My whole thing is, that's never been my mentality. I was talking about that in the live stream the other day. I'm like, because, I don't know, I kind of got discouraged about even putting my shit out there, I just started overthinking. And I've never been like that when it comes to my success in social media, And I have to have the same mindset here if I'm going to do my podcast thing. Like, I don't give a fuck. Do your thing, bro. Be creative, all in or not. If people want to hear it, they're going to hear it, If not, it's all good. You're doing something you love, brother. So keep it rolling, and you never know where it's going to get you one day. And that's how I've always been with the social media thing, y'all. Like, way from the beginning, I didn't think I was going to have anybody watching my shit. I didn't know that anybody's going to be listening to what I was posting. It's just, it was all a dream. Like Biggie said. Started all with the weed shit. And I talked about that in the first episode, y'all. And when I introduced myself, and yeah, I mean, the rest is history, y'all. It was just about weed and posting my weed content and picking my favorite spots and just doing what I love, y'all. Photography, videography, and marijuana. And then social media, and just married it all together. Then transitioned to the TikTok thing, the live streaming. And, I talked about that earlier, and it's been great. Here we are 4 years into live streaming. It's officially now 4 years. And it's been amazing, y'all. It's been amazing. And I'll pick up on the story of the cliffhanger we left off, but this is a good time to talk about, how amazing it's been when it comes to like the viral videos too, and just all the content I've been shooting out there. And at times it could be, it's some people don't think it's work, but when you're out there 5-6 hours a night and just, trying to catch content, trying to catch just some dope videos and just trying to entertain people for those 5 hours, it is work, People don't understand that until they actually get out there and start doing it and doing what I do, doing the IRL, being out there in real life and just shooting shit, But on the most recent outing that I had on my live streams, because usually my whole schedule, if you don't know, it's usually like Thursday through Saturday night. Every so often we do the Taco Tuesday live streams. I've been super busy and I haven't got to that, but we'll get to that for sure. There's a whole thing going on with that Taco Tuesday date. Y'all remember that. But anyhow, yeah, I've been shooting a lot of good content out there where some of my videos the last couple of weeks have been going pretty viral, y'all, pretty super viral, if that. I told you guys I first started on Instagram, and it fucking sucks, y'all. That original account that I had, I used to be known as the Herbal Connoisseur. That profile I had since, I think 2014, maybe 15, something like that. Years, y'all. Fucking forever. And they took it down last year over the summer. Fucking bummer, dude. I've always been in that mentality that, hey, they might take it down, dude. You have a lot of weed content. It kind of violates their whole rules over there, There's a gray area. Even though it's legal in my state, it's federally illegal. So, some of these platforms like Instagram still trip about certain situations or certain things when you post that. So at any time they could take it down, And I knew that because of the weed shit. It would always get flagged. But I never in my wildest dreams thought I would be getting taken down for child exploitation. I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck? Bro, what? Never, bro. Out of all the things I post, I never post no damn kids. What are you doing, Instagram? What are you doing? Bro, I was so pissed. You know what they're doing? Their fucking AI moderation is ass, y'all. It's the worst. I started looking into it. There is this whole Reddit article, you guys. It's baffling, dude. The extent of their fuck ups the extent of their watch here. There's an article that I have. So I'm going to pop it up real quick just to Instagram. So yeah, hella accounts got taken down last summer for the same exact reason, y'all. So yeah, hella accounts got taken down, and I was one of them, y'all. I was one of them, like many other people. I'm trying to look for the article right now. Yeah, I wish I would have had it, y'all. I didn't think I was going to talk about this, but it's okay. I want to read it in detail, y'all. So here's one of the many articles. 50,000 users say Meta wrongfully shut down their account, y'all. Instagram wrongfully bans users. I mean, it's everywhere, y'all. Here's one from 2 days ago, y'all. 1,000 Facebook and Instagram users believe flaws in Meta's security AI has led to false accusations of, they call it CSE, child sexual exploitation, causing Meta to unfairly suspend or ban their accounts, y'all. Many report problems contacting Meta to fix the problems and get their accounts back, y'all. And I was one of them, y'all. And this was going back to last summer, and it I guess it keeps happening. This is an article from like a week ago. Linda O'Connor, a great grandmother in Denver or something like that, her Facebook account was disabled following accusations of child sexual exploitation late last year. O'Connor says Meta never told her what post or photo triggered the block, but she suspects the platform may have improperly flagged a family photograph of her with her great-grandchildren. Think about that old lady, y'all. So it's shit like that, you know, where so many people, and I was one of them, y'all. An online petition on website change.org has nearly 56,000 signatures as of January 2026. It seeks to hold Meta accountable, accusing Meta of wrongfully disabling accounts with no human customer support. Noting this is not an isolated glitch. So that's because of their Meta AI moderation, y'all. And my account was one of them, like going back to how I lost it, y'all, wrongfully. Like I said, there's proof out there that so many fucking people lost their accounts, y'all. And this is an article from a week ago, so people are still trying to fight the good fight. I hope they come out and eventually like give all those fucking accounts back that quote unquote child exploitation. I don't even know what I posted, y'all. I post so many videos. Maybe there was a kid in the background because, you know, it's Fremont Street. And when I repost, there's always fucking families with their kids out there, y'all. That's one of the main things people always talk shit about. When I'm on my live streams and they see families with their kids out there, they're like, what the fuck are they doing with their kids out there? Again, everybody has their opinion. It's understandable. But at the end of the day, that's the only thing I could think of. And then their AI moderation fucking flagged me. And again, they didn't give me proof. They didn't give me, like, here's the video. Nothing, y'all. Just lost my account. Over 10 years, that account. So many contacts. So much content. Just lost so much shit, y'all. It was horrible, y'all. So then I had to rebuild, y'all. I had to rebuild that account. I popped up with another account. They took that shit down almost like fucking a month later, y'all. So here we are finally in the last couple of months, the beginning of the year, I started another one. It's called THA _ZaZa Clips. ZaZa Clips. So I clip a lot of the stuff. I clip videos from my live stream, and then I post them on there. What I've been doing, 99.9% of my content, all the content pretty much comes from the live streams. So then I edit them and post them, and it's been pretty good, pretty decent, We've been getting a lot of traction, good following, but for the first time ever on Instagram, I hit a video that went viral with over 1 million fucking plays. Let's go. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. Over 1 million plays so far, you guys. And that night, we're live streaming. There's so much shit going on. I've said this before, though. There's no rhyme to reason when it comes to, what video is going to go viral. You just never know. It's literally sometimes the ones you least expect, you least you hardly put any effort. You just put it out there. You see something funny about it, and then you just put it out there. And the way I edited this video, if you don't know already what I'm talking about or referring to, it's the video of the girl. Shahoo! I can't even do it right. They do it so good, y'all. My Polynesian peeps. She is not from Hawaii or Hawaiian. She is Samoan. Sorry about that. In the video, I'm like, I brought the Hawaiian out of her. It's a great video, y'all. It's a great video. Actually, maybe I could play it on here. Well, see if we had means of doing. Eventually, we will have video, you guys. Chat, and then I'll be able to play videos, and you guys could see it. But if you go on my page, so that night it was basically towards the end of the night. Towards the end of the night, I was almost about to walk away, wrapping it up, And then I see a girl arguing with this guy. Pretty big girl too. I mean, big as in tall, y'all. Pretty tall. And I look over and they keep arguing, going back and forth. I'm like, oh shit, it's about to go down. It's about to go down. And the cops are they're right there, y'all. They were going back and forth, and the cops had already pretty much split them up. Like, hey, go your way, 2 guys arguing with 3 girls, I think it was. But one of them was really arguing with them. She was taller. Much, much taller. And so they kind of went their own way. And then he does that scream. Chahoo! I can't even do it. They do it so good. Could my Polynesian people teach me how to do it, y'all? I love you guys, your guys' culture. Shoo! Well, anyways, he did it making fun of her. And I'm like, hell no, that ain't right. He was mocking her, y'all. I'm like, that's her culture, brother. You don't do that. She immediately came back all right, now you crossed the line. She didn't care if the cops were there or not, y'all. You have crossed the line. I don't blame her. All right, here's the video, y'all. Y'all hear it? I slowed it down. Came out of her. Yeah, shouldn't have made fun. Shouldn't have made. They brought the Hawaiian out of her. Bruh. Whoa. The people in the comments, because I said that, they came after me for that, chat. Because I said they brought the Hawaiian out of her. Oops. I mean, I was just saying that, the chant, I didn't know if she was Hawaiian, Polynesian. It's hard for me to tell sometimes. I knew she was an islander, Polynesian for sure. I didn't know if she was Samoan, Hawaiian, whatever, but the whole sequence of events and just the video, if y'all got to see it on my page, it went super viral, y'all. It's been everywhere. And she found herself, obviously, eventually people, when it's that viral, you guys, it's definitely going to get back to her. And she commented and everything. And it's a trip because you never know what's going to go viral. And that one, like I said, I've never hit a video over 1 million views on Instagram. That's a first. That's a first for sure. Like I said, I didn't expect that one to blow up like that. I really didn't. I just put it out there like, oh, it's funny because in the caption I put the cop saved him from getting beat up by a girl because she's like 6'1", I believe. She's pretty tall, y'all. And then in the comments, like I said, bro, they're coming at me for not saying like, oh, she's not Hawaiian. You don't know shit. She's not. I'm like, bro, chill. What? Sorry. But my Hawaiians, Samoans, all my Polynesian peeps, y'all, they came out strong, following, commenting. For the most part, everybody was hella cool, y'all, showing her hella love. Obviously you're going to get trolls all the time, but for the most part, everybody was hella cool. Hella cool. Just the way she reacted. She stood up. She stood up for her shit and her culture, y'all, as she should. And that fool was making fun of them, bro. He was like mocking them. And it's funny in the comments, I'm like, you got 24 hours, my boy, to comment your side of the story. I put, I'm sure somebody sent you this video because it's everywhere. And guess what I got? After I posted that, 24 hours later. Yeah. Nothing. You think they're going to comment? Fuck no. Hell nah. Hell nah. Absolutely not. They didn't comment for shite, y'all. They didn't say nothing, bruh. Nothing. But see, that's why Fremont Street is undefeated, y'all. Fremont Street is amazing. It's so dope. They're like, oh, it's ghetto as fuck down there. Look. I'm like, no, the fuck it ain't. No, it ain't. It's the heart of the city. Hey, no love in the heart of town. It's so dope down there. It just is. It's not like the Strip, all hoity-toity, and like there's a fucking dress code. Nah, bro, this is downtown. You come, we accept you as the way you are. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no judging here. Judgment free zone, y'all. So yeah, it was pretty dope. It really was to just have a video hit like that, y'all. Because at times you're like, what the fuck? I post so much, y'all. It's very rare to hit that, you know? Yeah, but it's been a hell of a wild week for sure. That shit hit everybody's For You page, y'all. And y'all, they're still commenting, y'all. I mean, I've gone in thousands of comments, y'all. Yeah, but there's flip the side to that too. People talking shit all the time. At times, people are cool when you're recording, but other times it's really not like that, you know. Yeah. Because sometimes they do, you guys see out there. I talked about that last time. The shit we go through. But she was hella cool. Like I said, she ended up finding the video, and at first she was like, "Hey, can you blur my face out?" I'm like, "Fuck, here we go, bro." The amount of times that this has happened, chat. It just happened this week again, yo. I posted another video of a guy being drunk, and he was just kind of crying, and then he got arrested, y'all. And almost like not even 12 hours later, y'all, they DM me, y'all. I'm like, fuck. This has happened quite a bit, y'all. Quite a bit has happened. And I tell people straight up, like, I just don't ever take videos down, yo. I've been doing this shit for 4 years now, and I just don't. It's across the board. I just don't take videos down. And that's to be fair to everybody. And I'm not out here trying to, like, be malicious and trying to paint people in the wrong way or in a bad light or talk shit. At the end of the day, if y'all see my content, y'all know what type of person I am. I'm out there just whatever I catch, y'all. Most of it is public records. Think about it. If you get arrested, you could get the body cam from any cop. Those are all public records. Also, like if you get arrested, it's public records, but you have access to all the body cams. And then obviously people are constantly recording out there anyways. I ain't the only one. I just have a big platform, you know, where if I post it, it could potentially go viral. So that's why across the board, I just say it's a hard no, you know? Here's the only exception I make, and I'm going to make this public as well. I'm saying it right now on the podcast, y'all. At the end of the day, I'm a videographer at heart and a photographer, y'all. That's how I first started on Instagram, like I was saying. So I have always been the type that I sell my content, y'all. You could buy my content, you know? I've always had that mentality. So when they approach me like that, I'm like, look, I'm not going to take it down. I'm like, if you really, really want to take it down, I'm like, and I'm always apprehensive about this too. And it hasn't ever happened anyway. So that's why I'm like, they're not going to do it anyways. But I'm like, if you want to buy the rights to that video, I'm like, because it's technically my video since I recorded it. I own the rights to it the same way, you know, there's copyright for a picture. You own the picture, you know? I'm like, it's no different with the video. I'm like, if you want to buy the video, at that point, it's your content, your video. You could do whatever you want with it, bro. I'm like, so if you want to go down that route, and then once it's your video, you could pretty much tell me, hey, take it down. It's my video. You could do whatever you want with it. So that's all. I always give them that option, you guys. Come on, chat. That's better than nothing, I guess. And again, I'm not trying to extort people or make money off of people. That's not the point here. The point is, like, I just don't take videos down. Now, if you want to buy my work and, you know, you want to own my fucking video, like, yeah, it's going to cost you because now I can't even use that. And think about that. That could potentially go super viral. I might make something out of it, not really much, but still, the whole thing is like, I don't even want nobody owning my shit anyways, you know? So I'm, like I said, apprehensive about that too, but I still give people the option. Like, if you really, really want to take it down and if you want to own that video, and at that point, you could do that. Once you own that video, you could go to other websites and tell them, hey, that's my video. Like, I own it. Take it down, you know? But anyways, yeah, they had reached out to me and I told them, like, I don't take it down. That here's your options, you know, if you really, really must. Because they kept pressing me about that. The other video I was talking about, the guy that was drunk and crying. And eventually he was like, oh, it's cool then, whatever. I'm like, okay, bro. And usually, like, nothing really happens out of it. People just kind of start freaking out. The other situation that happened like that, too, was a girl that was eating she was eating a pizza on the floor, y'all, if y'all remember last year. It was her and her friend that were on the floor eating pizza. And then she even said, like, help me go viral. And then she's like, I have a spicy page. You know, the 2-letter one. The oaf. I'm like, and she's like, oh, I have an oaf page. Help me go viral. And I'm like, yo, chill. You can't even say that on TikTok. And I wasn't even going to post them, y'all, but it was funny because they were on the floor where people throw up and piss themselves and get knocked out with bloody ass faces. Like, there's so much nasty shit on those floors, y'all. I can't even begin to tell y'all. Like, I've seen it with my own eyes. We see it every weekend. Try not to sit on those floors on Fremont Street. Any floors out there for that matter, but it doesn't fail. People take off their shoes and end up on the floor, y'all. I call them the LB black bottoms. I coined that, y'all. That term came from me, y'all. Las Vegas black bottoms. LV black bottoms. You know, like the red bottoms, the Christian Louboutin red bottoms. Well, these are the LB black bottoms. LV, Las Vegas black bottoms. Because their shit is straight tar feet, y'all, when you're walking around down there, y'all. Then they go home and roll in bed like that. It's diabolical, y'all. But I told that girl, I'm like, all right, well, I'll post it. I'll probably post, y'all. So I did, and it kind of went viral. That girl hit me up crying, y'all. One of them was hella cool. The other one was just like crying. I'm like, dude, you said you had a spicy page and help me go viral. Where's that energy at? And same shit with her. I'm like, I'm being fair with you. Check, but my parents are going to find out that I have a spicy page. I'm like, you're the one that blurted it out. How's that on me? Like, what? Crazy work out there, y'all. So anyways, that stayed up, and then she was cool later on. Just at first freaking out. Same thing with this guy. He was freaking out like a couple nights ago about that video. I'm sure it'll be fine. But anyways, with this, the one that had 1 million views, the Samoan girl, she hit me up. She's like, hey, can you blur my face out? I'm like, it's already out, honey. Like, there's no blurring anything. Because not only did I share it, hella other people reshared it, you know? So at that point, it's like, it's out there. It's out there. You know? So then she's like, all right, I'm just going to post a follow-up video. Could you repost that? And, I did her a solid. I did kind of like, they call it when you stitch a video. Like, so she did a little story time, and I just kind of spoke in the beginning. I reposted that for her. So it was cool to get her side of it. And it's pretty dope. Pretty dope, It all worked out. Everybody was happy. Much love to my Polynesian people, though, y'all. And yes, she is Samoan. I got it right. But yeah, at times things can be complicated when it comes to posting these videos and dealing with people. But speaking of complicated, I do owe you guys the ending to the story that I started last week, y'all. If you remember, I left off on quite a cliffhanger, y'all. Y'all remember? You remember? And if you haven't heard it, if you're only listening to this one first, I suggest you go to this episode first. I suggest you go back from episode 1. Episode 2 has the beginning of the story, y'all. And that's where I'm picking up from that story, It was crazy. Where do I start where I left off? Basically, we left off talking about how I was about to do a podcast with somebody else, y'all. So I'll kind of rehash a little bit of it, I had met him in downtown, and I'm finally getting into the podcast thing now, but I had plans on doing this podcast thing with somebody else, y'all. And that somebody else ended up being a person that I really knew little about. And I slowly started peeling back the layers of the onion, I was like, holy shit, who am I dealing with here, y'all? Yeah. as I was saying in the last episode where we left off, little did I know that he was part of quite a big organized crime syndicate from Mexico, aka a cartel affiliated with one. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. And again, it's crazy who you meet out here in Vegas, y'all. Going back to that, you don't know who you're going to run into, where they're from. There's so many people, transplants, meaning people that are from other places and then end up here. Everybody knows, or at least the people that live here, this is a transient town, y'all. Transient meaning people come and go a lot, y'all. It's a town that you're not here for long, maybe 2-3 years, and you move somewhere else. You try out Vegas. Ooh, Vegas. Then you actually live here. I'm like, all right, had enough of that. Let's go somewhere else. Because this city will really run through some people, y'all. Because it is a party city, but think about it. If you live here, you cannot be partying like that all the time. You can't be gambling. You can't be clubbing, doing drugs, drinking, all that shit. That'll catch up to you eventually. And a lot of people get burnt out, y'all. I've seen it over and over, y'all. Over and over. So yeah, as I started getting to know him, as I was saying on the last episode, one of the times they had broken into his house, you guys. It was crazy, y'all. He trusted people. They broke into his house. I'm like, dude, you're really not that street smart. Like, it's a trip. You would think if he's a part of a organized crime like that, but he was more of a money person. He wasn't one of the muscle men, the sicarios or people that are, actually doing the dirt. He was more of the financier, And that made sense because he gave you more of a businessman type energy and persona, the gift of gab. He definitely gave me those vibes. I'm like, that you're good at, bro. The street shit, not so much. And that's how we started kind of bonding. I'm like, look, bro, I'll look out after you. I got your back. And this is before I knew anything of his past or anything, y'all. We kind of hit it off that night where I stayed with him after they stole his shit in his apartment. And I was chilling there. And that's when we started kind of talking about the whole, like, all right, we're going to do a podcast. What is it going to be called? And the name was fucking Cartel Kitchen with a K. I'm like, what? I'm like, why that, bro? He's like, oh, because I used to cook for them. I used to cook for them when I lived in Mexico. I'm like, oh, yeah? What was that all about? He's like, yeah, that's why I have all these stories, this and that. I'm like, oh, okay. But then, as he started getting more loose and drinking more, he started actually going into more detail about that. He said, well, actually, I wasn't just a cook. He was like, I was actually one of their main finance persons. I'm like, whoa. He was like, and I actually ended up testifying against them. And ultimately, I was one of the star witnesses that took down the entire organization. I was like, whoa. He's like, I'm actually not supposed to be talking about this. I'm like, then why are you? I'm like, you want to do a podcast and you're not supposed to be talking about this, but you are? Like, help it make sense. He's like, well, I was like a confidential informant type thing, And under the witness protection program. And I'm like, what? I've seen this shit in movies, bro. Never one in person. I'm like, whoa. And immediately I'm thinking in my head, you're a fucking rat. I'm like, do I really want to deal with a rat? I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, so you're going to talk about this in the podcast? I'm like, do you really want to talk about like this type of shit, you know? Like, oh, it is public records. Like, no, I can actually talk about it, you know? I'm like, if you say so. I'm like, how do you know they're not going to come after you? And me, I'm thinking, like, do I want to be associated with that? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, think about that, y'all. I'm like, do I really want to be a co-host to a person that's about to put dirt out on, like, what he did to, like, pretty much lock away a lot of these guys? Like, what the fuck am I thinking? But immediately he's like, no, it's okay. Like, that organization is dismantled now. Like, nobody's around. Either they passed away or they're all in jail. Yeah, this is why I could kind of talk about it. I could kind of talk about it now. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess that makes sense. You know, I already have a deal where, you know, I could talk about it. And even though he's still like basically gets paid by the government, you know. And then he showed me this article. I still have some of the articles, y'all. Here's a quote, y'all. According to him, over 7 years, he's gotten about $50,000 in informant payments. Again, a confidential informant, y'all. $50,000 in informant payments for information provided to various agencies. A 7-page indictment makes similar allegations against the accused blank Sicario or hitman. That's crazy. Yeah, and that was one of the articles where basically it's in his words what he basically did, and you know, for being an informant, how much he got paid. That was a quote from him. And yeah, there's a bunch of articles out there of the actual court proceedings where he speaks and again testifies against them. You know, he was their former financial advisor. Yeah. And he dropped some dimes to get them locked up. So then I was, yeah, I'm going to be real. I was kind of, even right now, I'm kind of apprehensive. But at the end of the day, like I said, this is public records. I'm basically talking about what I went through, how I ran into this guy that I was going to do a podcast with. And I was like, wait, what? What are you talking about? Like, who am I getting associated with? You know? And it was baffling, like I said, because he was like, here, read this. Here we go. Shows me a picture of him, like I said last time. He is like completely different. Like he had a whole different persona, how he looked. His name was changed because if you're a confidential informant, obviously you have to be low key, and the government is basically they pay you, they assist you with living. You're pretty much with them for life after that, you know, because you're a key witness to take down the organization. So yeah, I mean, it made me feel comfortable because I knew that he can't really be doing dirt like that. Like he's now part of the government, works with them. So you can't be up to no fucking funny business or doing dumb stuff because they're constantly watching you on top of you. I mean, he pulled out his phone. He's like, I have the FBI on speed dial, allegedly, because I don't know if it's true or not, but he said, I have to check in with some of them, this and that. I'm like, what the fuck? It just got weirder and weirder. Excuse me, I didn't see that he had a job because I'm like, I guess he did art as well, but I'm like, I don't ever see him like sell his projects. Like, what's going on? At first, I thought he was a kingpin like that, but obviously he can't because I think even his phones were tapped, y'all. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I'm like, all right, well, he's kind of being watched by them, so he can't be that like about that life like before no more, you know. So it made me feel a little bit more easy where he had to leave that life behind, obviously, you know. Because once you become you start working for the government, you know, it's a whole different story now. So he's not that about that life no more. And hence why he could talk about it, and he was in Vegas trying to restart his life and do something different. So again, I felt more comfortable seeing that what he was trying to do, and it was a part of his life, you know. But that doesn't mean it changes a person and their character. Because then I started seeing a lot of different flaws, y'all. I mean, if you turn against an organization like that, if you do become an informant, basically a rat, turn against your brothers, whatever, some people could see that differently, you know? So I kept that in the back of my head, like, And then a financial person, like business people, could be very, very, not all of them, but a majority of them could be very, how could I say this? Almost like a car salesman, you know? They're hustlers, y'all. And I started seeing that more and more. There would be times we would go out, run up a check, and then, who looking around like, yeah, you gonna take care of that? I'm like, what the fuck? The fuck? I don't even drink for one. You just had about 5 beers, my boy. To my 1 soda. What you mean you gonna take care of that? The one time maybe we went out, yeah, but not every fucking time. You know? I started seeing little things like that, little trends like that. I'm like, something's up here. Sorry, excuse me. I'm like, something's up. And I wasn't the only one. We had other mutual friends, and they started telling me similar stories. Like, dude, he left me with a check. I had to cover this, that, the other. Just little weird shit like that, y'all. So the red flags started popping up for sure. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. The red flags started popping up. I'm like, something's up here. Something is up. And then our podcast, too, it went from us doing video to all of a sudden the guy that was doing it for us, and he had spoke to the guy. All of a sudden the guy didn't want to do it. I'm like, huh? I'm like, I thought we kind of worked something out with him. That was your guy. Well, something was up there where he had sold them the world, meaning like sold them this notion that, hey, we're going to get paid. You're going to get paid once we do this, that, or the other. I don't know. Again, some businessman type fucking tactics where you make them think something and they buy in, and then you pull the rug from under them and there ain't shit coming back, you know? So yeah, then that kind of fell off too, y'all. Like all of a sudden we were starting to do our own video, and I was like, cool, I could do it, bro. I could record my own shit. We'll figure it out. I'm like, no problem. We even threw around what I'm doing right now, going to the library. Because here at the library, here's where I record most of my shit, y'all. They have such good, like, quality microphones. The setup is superb, y'all. Top of the line. And I told them that towards the end, like, when we fell out, we're about to do all that. And yeah, again, one thing led to another. And then he ended up just doing, like, at the time I wasn't in no relationship. I was kind of like doing my own thing. I had a lot of homegirls and just strictly friends, y'all. But the way he was moving, y'all, was like just shady shit behind my back. I was like, what the fuck, dude? You ain't got to do all that, my boy. There's so many women out here. You don't have to be like just trying to speak to my friends like that, bro. Like, just it's simple respect. To me, it's principle. I don't know nobody out here. That's not what it's about, y'all. It's simple principle that I would never do that to any of his homegirls, Especially if I told him, like, hey, I'm kind of like, I'm going to see where this goes with this girl, Just letting you know, bro. And yeah, there was a specific situation. Here's where it all went south, where there was there was a girl I started kind of talking to. I was about to start dating her, I would say. Like, we were just talking in the friendship type phase. And this was one of the first times I had actually met her in person, like hanging out wise, Because we had been going back and forth through social media. I meet a lot of people through social media and being out there live streaming as well. So that day we're chilling at the pool at his crib, and I tell him, he's like, hey, let's have some friends over. And he was going to have his female friends over. So then I'm like, oh, yeah, actually, so-and-so, like, I told him the whole rap. Like, hey, I've been talking to her for months, bro. She's always out of town. Finally, she's back in Vegas, and I'm finally going to get to meet her. I'm kind of excited about it. Just gave him the rap, like, hey, I'm kind of vibing here. Like, I'm interested in this chick, just letting you know. Well, as soon as she pulls up, y'all, I'm talking about as soon as she pulls up, he's like, oh, she's my type. I'm like, what? First of all, motherfucker, everyone is your type. Anything that has a kitty is your type, bro. You're constantly trying to talk to females. Like, shut up. Especially when he was drunk. And so I'm like, well, what are you talking about, dude? They're like, oh yeah, that girl, your friend, she's my type. I'm just letting you know. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I'm just letting you know, have some fucking respect, bro, because what did I tell you earlier? And I'm not going to fight over no female. That's for damn sure. I'm like, if you're my homie, you just don't go there. Well, he went there the whole fucking night, all over her, mocking me like, oh, ZaZa's going to get mad. And I'm like, all right, that's how you going to play it, huh? That's how you going to play it, my boy. So that was just the nail on the coffin after so much shit going on. And I'm like, yeah, it's simple principle, bro. I'm like, this ain't got nothing to do with me being in love with her or liking her a lot or being jealous. Like, no, absolutely not. It has to do with you having zero loyalty to anybody, bro. The same way those peeps that you fucking turned on, you would turn on me in a second. Yeah, no. It said everything I had to know, y'all. After that, I'm like, cool. We done, bro. And again, I did it in a respectful way where I just kind of backed off, y'all. Kind of backed off. Oh, my God. He crashed out from that, y'all. He crashed out. He lost it. He lost his boyfriend, ZaZa. He lost his boyfriend, ZaZa, y'all. Oh, my God. At the end of the day, I mean, yeah, I was super close. People thought we knew each other for years, and that's how I am, y'all. When I connect with people, it's genuine connections, male or female, y'all. Like, I'm going to give my all to a relationship / friendship. Like, that's what I was about. And he saw how loyal, how I was going to ride for him. And nah, you do one thing, bro, that I don't fucking like and it's going to show your true colors, I'm going to back off, bro. And you just lost a good friend. And it wouldn't have been like the way it is now where I don't even speak or look his way, y'all. But he just started talking shit, being negative. He's still doing that, y'all. And then he'll turn around and be like, oh, I miss you, bro. I love you. But then 2 seconds later, he's literally talking shit about me on other people's live streams, y'all. Just weird ass behavior because he's also like very much a heavy drinker, you know? So that makes people act weird. So all in all, y'all, I mean, I learned a big lesson from that. And, you know, just be mindful of who you get close to and how fast you get close to people. And especially if you're going to go into like some type of endeavors like podcasting or shit like that or whatever it is. Wasn't really a business, but it was some type of situation that we had going on or partners in that because he was going to be my partner in the podcast, you know. But, you know, that's basically how that situation wrapped up. And yeah, like I said, it was just a trip to like run into a person like that, part of an organization like that, and an informant, and just still kind of doing a bunch of shady shit around town. I've heard a bunch of other shit that I'm not even going to talk about, but yeah, he's getting quite the reputation out here of like pulling those type of moves on people, you know. But yeah, it taught me a lot about who I'm letting into my inner circle though. Now that I'm like getting like a bigger following and audience, I guess, when it comes to the social media shit, which I didn't think about that before, but I have to be mindful how people are trying to get in and use me for clout or whatever you want to call it, because it is the reality, y'all. It's a trip, you know. I never thought about it like that before, but I gotta be way more conscious that people sometimes do have other agendas, you know. So yeah, like I said, it taught me a lot about who I'm letting into my inner circle, which actually it's a perfect segue into what I really wanted to get into to end the podcast here today. Because when you're a single dad, you know, your inner circle isn't just me. It's my kids as well, you know. And basically trying to navigate who fits into that circle while dating the city like fucking Vegas, y'all. This is a whole different type of viral chaos. It really is, y'all. It really is. You know? In the city that never sleeps, like everyone assumes that the dating scene is just like one big party on the strip, but when you're a dad, like living in Henderson, like I do, your reality is in bottle service and nightclubs, y'all. It's school runs, you know, and finding a date who understands why you are checking your phone at 9 p.m., you know. Let's talk about the Vegas variable, y'all, and why being a dad here changes the game entirely. It really does, y'all. And the reason I'm saying this is because now that I'm single, y'all, and I haven't been single like throughout my life, not much. So I got married at a young age in my 20s, y'all. And I was married for 13 years. When I got divorced, and I think I've been divorced now for I think it's about to be 6 years, y'all. After my divorce, I was only single, I think, for 2 years, and then I found somebody. So the longest I've gone, think about that, y'all. I'm here in I just turned 42, y'all. Yeah, believe it or not, 42. I'm a grown ass man with a 401k, kids, very responsible. I'm not this party person a lot of people think, but the longest I've been single is I think 2 years in my whole life, y'all, because either it's a relationship or, yeah, like I said, I was married for a long time, but it's almost always in a relationship. So the single life has been something I'm not too familiar with when it comes to the whole dating scene, you know? So that's something I've been trying to learn and navigate now. So, yeah, I went from being married, divorced, like I said, working on myself after a whole divorce, and it was rough for me, y'all. But I think that's why I rushed in so quick into a relationship, because even though I ended up getting engaged with that person, I was with her for 4 years, and I was going to marry her. I was, engaged. And it didn't work out, She ended up going back to her fucking ex, and one day was just like, she was like, I'm not happy. I don't want to be in this relationship no more. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then goes straight to her ex and marries her fucking ex. Anyways, good for her. But she was a lesson. She was meant to be a lesson. And basically, she's the one that helped me get over my ex-wife, because that was devastating to me. I've never been that hurt, y'all. I don't think I ever will be. That can't nobody top that one, y'all. Being married and having 2 kids, can't nobody top that. That type of level of hurt ain't ever going to happen again. I'm sorry. There ain't nobody topping that one. But that prepared me for life and heartbreak and getting over people. And, yeah, that's why when she broke up with me, I'm like, been there, done that. Yeah, it hurt, but I'll be all right. If I was all right the last time, I'll be all right this time. And the most recent relationship, too. I went through some shit, the most recent one. I've never been played the way I got played this last time. But that's why it's hard out here, y'all, because you meet people, and this town has a way of making males and females have just this whole different mentality, y'all. The going out mentality, the partying mentality, the hustling mentality, girl or guy, it don't matter. It's very normal out here you first start talking to somebody and they're like, oh, I'm a stripper, or I'm an escort, or I'm a this. And I'm like, are you guys all like that? Pretty much, for the most part. Same way with guys, could be drug dealers, pimps, hustlers, whatever, scammers, gamblers, So it's tricky out here, y'all. The dating scene, it's something I'm learning to navigate, And like I said, with having daughters too, like I don't ever introduce nobody. I mean, nobody to my daughters unless I know it's going to be super serious. So that's been the hard part about dating as well, like how do you navigate that, Because, yeah, this town is like 24/7, y'all. They don't ever sleep. People are constantly in party mode. So I believe that it's pretty much different for parents out here compared to other cities. If you're a single dad or just a single parent dating out here, just because of that. And at what point do you tell, like, think about it. Once you start dating, how long should you take before you actually tell somebody, hey, I have kids, I definitely tell them immediately, but the whole introducing part, I don't introduce them. Like I said, it has to be super serious before they even Because even if I do have a friend over, like, I'm going to have to introduce them. So that's a tricky one, you know? Even the other day, I just had, like, I was considering a friend, y'all. This is a homegirl that I've known forever, y'all. Pretty much since I got divorced, and it's been platonic as hell. And I was going to have her over, and then my oldest was there. She's already in college and everything. And she happened to pop up. And again, we were just going to chill, smoke a blunt, whatever, and then just go get something to eat. Nothing, you know, just catching up, y'all. I hadn't seen her in fucking years, y'all. She came back from Europe. We're just catching up. Strictly platonic, like one of the fucking bros. And they haven't even seen me interact with friends like that, y'all. So it's awkward for me because I respect my kids, my daughters so much that I just don't bring anybody over, not even platonic friends. Well, she happened to see my homegirl, and immediately her reaction goes straight to her sister, and they, like, girls start chitter-chattering. Oh, dad had a girl over. I'm like, bro. And this is why it's difficult, y'all, because I have set the norm in my household that I bring nobody over. I respect my daughters, and even if they're friends, y'all. So then I had to tell them, like, look, girls, I'm trying to live my life. Y'all are pretty much out the door. The one in college pretty much is. You know, she's living with her mom almost all the time. She comes up over every so often. The younger one, she's always with me. You know, we split households, and she's with me half the time. But I told my oldest, I'm like, you popped up out of nowhere, first of all. And if I was going to have my friend over here, I would tell you anyways. But I'm telling you right now, it's just a friend. You got to understand that. It's not just... So then they kind of go like, okay, Dad. I'm like, yeah, for real. It's like, I can have friends, guys or girls, like, relax. But I don't even do that. Like I said, I don't want to ever make it look like I have all these random females going in and out of my house. Like, I ain't playing that game, y'all. I'm just not about that. I'm really not. So yeah, it's quite, you know, a balancing act when you have kids like that, you know. But having kids, it really changes what you look in and like what you're trying to find in a partner, you know? Yeah, I'm more like I moved away from that whole strip lifestyle towards a more grounded type of connection. And that's what it taught me too in my last relationship. Like, she was much younger, but she was all about partying, going out. I'm like, fuck, dude. And I told her what I was about. She's like, oh, I'm about that too. I'm like, I'm a homebody. I like to chill. Like, I'm not about the party scene. I could do it every so often and just to, like, hey, let's go out. And that's what's going to make her have fun that one night. But every weekend, yeah, it was a constant. So that went the way it did because, yeah, we just didn't see eye to eye when it came to shit, you know? But yeah, wish me luck, chat. I know I'll be fine, but that's what I'm navigating right now. I did kind of line up a Taco Tuesday date maybe with the beautiful Miss Winter. If y'all saw my live stream, that's still pending, y'all. So maybe on the next podcast, I'll have a story about how that went, y'all. Wish me luck, chat. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. I'm sure I'll be all right. Not I'm sure. I know I will. You know, thank God. Luckily, you know, the problem isn't finding a female friend or a relationship. It's now it's about finding a quality one. And that's where I'm at. Somebody that lines up with all my values. Somebody that does want to be more grounded, I would say, you know? And I'm sure I'll find that eventually. I did want to read one of these comments, bro. They had a lot of funny, going back to the comments, y'all. They had so many fucking funny comments, y'all. Anyways, we'll get to that next week, but I got to wrap it up, y'all. Make sure y'all follow my TikTok, THA_ZaZa1 on TikTok and Instagram. So y'all can go see all the videos we're talking about. Most of you guys already know who I am and follow me anyways, but for those of you that don't, make sure y'all do that. And hopefully I'll see y'all over here on downtown Las Vegas on Fremont Street sometimes, y'all. Anyways, catch y'all on the next one, y'all. Hope you guys like the podcast, y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Remember, chat. Life is beautiful. And so are you. Let's go. Let's go. W's in the chat. ZaZa motherfucking out, y'all. Let's get it. See y'all on the next one. Love one another, chat. ZaZa out.